Hello, so today I'm back with another speed build. Today we're making a kind of fantasy medieval apothecary building. I'd actually tried to make this a few times before already, and I was really struggling with how I wanted the exterior to look. I couldn't nail what I wanted, and to be honest, I did end up kind of changing the design entirely. I kind of wanted like a greenhouse outside, and it's kind of looked like an old rundown building, and I couldn't figure out how I wanted it. So then I was like, okay, well maybe I should go for more of a medieval style, and then I tried looking again and I was trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to plan it out, and I just couldn't. So I ended up looking online for some inspiration, and I came across one on Pinterest. It was actually, the exterior looked like this, and I was like, okay, that's it, that's the one I need to build. So I was trying to find the original, like, do you know how Pinterest like links you to all the different things? I was trying to find where it originally came from, and searching back, I believe it was Tattles Told 3D on Etsy that originally made this design. So yeah, I absolutely loved this. So I just kind of copied the exterior and then, you know, kind of fit it into The Sims, because like this fits so well with what I want to do. And it was kind of what I'd envisioned already, but I couldn't, do you know when you like envision something, you just can't get it out of your head and into the real world? So yeah, it really helped to have something that was like, oh yes, that's kind of what I envisioned already. So that really helped. So it ends up being a 3-floor apothecary. So it has a basement and the ground floor and then a first floor. So the basement is where they make everything. There's like a jewelry kit down there. There's the wine press thing, because I figured it's going to be like a fantasy medieval. So there's going to be some, you know, like we've got like jewelry that you can make that can like help you do things and be better at things, because I actually just wanted an excuse to add in jewelry from the new jewelry pack because I hadn't used it yet, so I thought that'd be really fun. And then I thought the juicing made sense as well, because you can make your own like juices and poultices and like sell them in the shop upstairs. And so we've got fireplaces as well in each room, and then it's also all off the grid. All of the lights work off the grid, all of the water, kitchen stuff, everything works off the grid. So I just tried to make it look as medieval as possible, but then I did add in some extra things to do with The Sims that, you know, just makes life a bit easier. So I did add this little bathroom out back. It's just got very basic toilet, bath and sink in. You know, you can't really go without one in playing The Sims. It's not like I can make a communal one somewhere. So I figured this was the next best thing. So they have got some plumbing in here. And then I did also add a kitchen in the basement downstairs. Again, you'd probably just have like a big fireplace, but your Sims can't cook over the fireplace, so I needed somewhere for them to actually be able to eat. So there is a little kitchen downstairs. But I've tried to stay as true as I could to like medieval-esque vibes. So hopefully I've nailed it. I don't know. I do like, I don't know, I play a lot of games and read a lot of books, so it has that kind of vibe, like, you know, like the fantasy medieval vibe. So I've been really inspired. I've been playing a lot of Oblivion lately, so as you can probably tell, that's that's what inspired me to want to make this more medieval styled apothecary. I did add some of the selling shelves from the new business and hobbies pack, so you can actually sell things. And on there I just decorated with bits you might want to buy. So I think there's like some candles on there, there's like wooden decorations. I thought maybe people might have like little talismans or like good luck things. I know it's not traditional apothecary, like you might go and get some medicine, but I figured you could have like the kind of the whole like, oh, this lucky charm might heal you type vibes, as well as actual medicine. So I have got potions around, and you know, you've got all of the herbs everywhere. There are plants, and then outside there's a big garden to grow herbs, like vegetables. There's like an orchard at the back as well. And I tried to decorate the interior with lots of plants as well, and there's lots of drying herbs around, growing lots of bits. Just, you know, when you walk in, you know immediately that you're going to get healed by some plants. And it's just a really nice vibe. I've also added in lots of books everywhere, so there's a couple of big bookshelves upstairs, and I've just added in stacks of books around the place and like loose tomes around. Just, you know, you'll be like, oh yes, actually I think I have the medicine for that, or I know what this is. Thought it fit well. And I didn't actually mean to copy the upstairs of the original like build that I'd copied the exterior of. I hadn't looked inside the building, all I just looked at the exterior, and then I started building the interior and I did all that, and then I went back to who created the exterior so that I could be like, oh yeah, it was who it was. And I thought actually the building's super cute, like maybe I could actually paint something like that. I didn't paint a lot of minis, but I try to because my partner's really into it, and I try to when I can, but I don't really like painting. But I thought, oh, it might be really cute to paint it up. So I looked inside and I was like, oh my gosh, that's pretty much exactly how I did the second floor as well, which I suppose makes sense. It's an awkward shaped building, isn't it? And there's not really much you can do with the layout. I have actually considered making like a whole medieval kind of town and just adding in lots of different shops and houses and making like a little village. I don't know though, I know the only biggest lots are 64 by 64, and I don't know how much you could actually fit on one of those. I am currently making a tiny community onto one of them, so I don't know. Maybe I could make a medieval community afterwards, or if not, it might be cute to do, what's the empty world, the second one? I can't remember. One of the worlds is empty anyway. It might be cute to do like a house for each one of those that's like medieval inspired. So I don't know, I'll have a think, I'll decide what I want to do, but I do like building medieval style things, so I will definitely incorporate more things going forward. And then yeah, inside I've just kind of decorated it with things you'd expect to see. So we've got like the wood fire, we've got just a little fruitcake on the table, but yeah, books, there's storage, there's a lot of wood. I did want to do like a poorer apothecary, like it's just someone who's managed to just kind of throw the shop together themselves, but it's hard enough to do medieval style things in The Sims anyway, never mind a poorer style. So yeah, we've got a rich style. This person's got quite a lot of money, as you can probably tell in the shop, but we'll just pretend. We'll pretend it's kind of thrown together. I ended up getting to use quite a few different packs in this, so it was really fun. I did enjoy being able to use a lot. And I don't really use much from the magic pack, so it was really nice to be able to use like the potions. I think I put some wands in there, I put like the flying broom in there, just to add some extra bits. And yeah, it was really fun to be able to use that pack to actually decorate, because I just don't do much with that pack. But I wanted to make it seem quite eclectic. I don't know, maybe I could have gone more eclectic and had more stuff all over the floors at the back, but I don't know, I wanted to be tidy-ish, but then as if they're like, oh, I know where this is, but it's in like a random pile of papers downstairs, you know what I mean? And then I ended up changing the toilet from like a wooden shack into stone, because I don't know, I just didn't like the way the wood looked. And I thought a washing line makes the most sense, because obviously you're not going to have like a tumble dryer or anything. I wish it was just more like a wooden washing line. The other one was quite maroon, so I just went with black. And then this is the start of the exterior, so we've got all of the garden stuff going on, which I absolutely love. So we end up with this small kind of herb garden, and then at the back we end up with a orchard full of trees, and there's a small little kind of grapevine area, because I thought it makes sense since we have the grape press thing downstairs. And then I wanted lots of bushes, lots of flowers, lots of things that could be used for different medicine, so it's not just the stuff you can grow in the patches outside. We've also got all of the bushes and leaves and trees and stuff that are useful as well. I figured it's not overgrown and wild, it's well maintained, but in a chaotic sense, if that makes sense. So I have a couple of different flower beds, and I add some big trees into the garden as well. And I think it looks really, really cute in the end. And I found that this flower thing that goes on the fences, I found that a couple of builds ago, and I love it now. Every time I use fences, I'm like, oh, I want to add the flowers on because it looks so cute. It did take me a while to realise what kind of terrain I wanted to use. I ended up going for this this browny, stony, pebbly bit, because I was like, I don't know, like too well maintained terrain, like I don't know, like flagstones or something. That's not really medievalist, so I was like, I can't really use that. But I figured this was like nice. It gave a bit more something than just a dirt path, because there are dirt paths going around as well, but yeah, it seemed a bit more of a defined path without being too modern. Then we've just got some trees in here, so I added in various trees. I think I added in one of each fruit tree, and then I left a blank space as well in case then you can just add another tree, but I figured maybe it was like a failed tree, they had to get rid of that tree or something. But yeah, there is a blank space there for another tree. And then this is where we added in the grapes, and I've decorated the outside with some barrels and some woodeny bits again. And I thought it'd be cute to put a little fire pit outside as well, just to sit around. And then I think you can actually cook there, so maybe I shouldn't have put the kitchen in. Maybe I should have just like made you have to cook on the fireplace bit, but I don't know, I feel like it'd be really annoying. So yeah, we have got an actual functional kitchen. And then here we've got all of the bushes and trees just to outline it, and I think this is nice. And then I found some with flowers in, and I was like, oh yes, let's add a nice little pop of colour in so it's not all just plain green. And there's a couple of signs outside as well. There's a big one hanging off the side, and then there's just a little one downstairs. Just, because you're walking past and you're like, oh, what's this? And you can immediately see it's an apothecary. At least that's what I imagine it says on the signs. And then I'm just going through and sorting out the sides, because what I usually do is I just put all of the clutter anywhere on the sides, and then I just go back at the end and like put them in ways that make sense, because I'm always like finding more things that I want to add onto the shelves. So this is what I was hoping, like it's cluttered but it makes sense, so hopefully that works there. And I'm just doing the final bits for the outside, just some extra paths and then just some overgrown patches of grass. I didn't want to make the whole bit of grass completely overgrown like I've done before, but I didn't want it to seem like it's all been like trimmed nicely, because you know, the grass and some flowers, it's good for the bees and the bugs, which is then in turn good for the plants and flowers. So yeah, it makes sense to have like nice wild patches and areas. I started editing on new software, so I'm not sure if some of the video footage is kind of a bit blurry or weird, so sorry if it has. And then I added in a couple of frogs. I don't know, just a little couple of pet frogs. I love frogs, and I don't know, maybe they can be used for something, but not killed for it. I don't know. They're just little pet frogs. They're there for, you know, moral support. And then I finished with the build, and I was like, oh, I forgot to add a chimney in, and I purposely stacked the fireplaces on top of each other in the building so that I had the perfect place to put the chimney. And then I was like, I forgot the chimney, so I just quickly added one in. So let's hop in now and see the full build. So here we are. This is the exterior, and I absolutely love the way it's turned out. And this is all of the exterior. So we've got our lovely gardens here. We go down this path into the back, and then yeah, it's all overgrown and nice. And then this is where we've got our little fruit orchard and the little grate bit and somewhere to wash your clothes. And then this is the very tiny bathroom, and this is literally all it is inside. It's just a very tiny shack with the basics. We've just got a couple of candles for light, and then yeah, bath, sink, toilet. That's all we need in this little medieval bathroom. And then outside of it, we've just got this little fire pit with a couple of benches outside, a couple of little stools to sit on. And then this is the other side, and I think it's really cute. I added in some little flower boxes, and I made sure to add in these little support beam things too, because I don't know, they always feel very medieval, don't they? So this is what we've got when you come in. We've just got this little area with some tables that are selling bits, some decorations, and then over here we've just got a little seating area for people to wait. We've got the lovely fireplace so you can actually keep warm in here because there's no other heating. Again, more bits for sale. We've just got crystals, herbs, plants, bones. We've got some potions. And then I don't know, I love this view. I think it looks so good, just with all the plants hanging everywhere. I forgot to paint the ceiling. I always do. Since they now added in the ceilings, I keep forgetting to paint them, but that's okay. So I just love this, the way all of the plants are, and you've got all of the bits at the back where you've got all of the dried herbs, and yeah, I absolutely love this. And then this is what we've got on the counter. Just feels very, very medicine-y. And here's our two little frog friends. And then if we head this way behind the counter, this is where the basement is, so let's head down to that. You get downstairs and you just met with some storage bits, and then this is where the little tiny kitchen bit is. So kind of cluttered, but enough space to just do a little bit of simple prep. And again, just really basic appliances. And then you can build your jewellery over here, and then you can mash up all of your grapes here. And then again, just some more storage bits and bobs that hasn't sold, some cleaning bits. So just a very basic basement, but I think it works. This is where I've hidden everything that shouldn't really be in a medieval house, but it is. And as we head upstairs, this is what we've got. We've got a room into the door into the bedroom, and then just a bit more storage, some more books, and then this ancient tome of like mystical plants, or I don't know, something exciting. But yeah, this is just a little entryway, which is nice, cute. We've got some like tapestries about. And then as we go into the bedroom, this is the bedroom, and I love the bedroom. I don't know, the big bookcases with the ladder, they're just a nice looking bed. I love it all. And then of course we've got another fireplace, and then just a little seating area to sit and eat your food that you probably cooked there in your fireplace realistically, not downstairs in the kitchen. So that's the final build. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to leave a thumbs up so I know to make more like this in the future. And if you'd like to see other Sims videos, please subscribe so you don't miss out. I'll be making more medieval houses soon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you again so much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.